Well, that's fine. We'll get there. So there's a ship that's being attacked somewhere as a random encounter, and we need to find it.
Time to die!
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
It's not this one. This is the...
Wrong place, wrong time.
This is the Mantis random encounter, so...
Mantis!
Yeah, right. Scanning. Damn it! Spin up the drives!
We're leaving. Sorry, faster.
So let's try to jump to a new system and get this encounter to spawn. Trying to think of places where I've got it to spawn before. And I've ignored it because I was in the middle of doing something else, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing it now, so I can get it out of the way. Where's Vesta? There's a planet called Vesta. I don't remember where it was, but I do remember it would happen there. But I think it also just happened here. I just don't remember which one it was. Was it 2? Let's try 2.
Please, don't kill me!
No, get out of here.
Mantis? What's a mantis?
Yes, because I don't get anything from talking. I can, but I choose not to get anything from them. I'm just going to leave the encounter.
Must have been a good jump.
I
We're
miss
still
my
in
dear
one piece.
darling and you Atlantis.
Okay, we've got the Valentine. The Valentine random encounter, so let's try another jump. I'm also going like great distances, hoping
The blackness of the deep abyss.
hoping that if I go farther, it increases my chances, but I don't actually know.
But I trust my old engines.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
Here it is. Found it.
You there. Ryujin will reward you if you take out that ecliptic ship. Please and thank you.
Juno's Gambit. I was hailed by members of Ryujin aboard a mysterious ship, asked for help dealing with a hostile ecliptic ship. We are Ryujin, so we are going to help. Gotta protect our assets.
Enemy's shields gone.
Thank you, whoever you are. Now, if you could come down with... What's up? Fear. Change me. Is she... Yep. What do we do now? For starters, how about turning off that comm?
It's saying operative instead of operate her. So I can't do anything with this ship. I can't even hail, I can only dock. So let's go ahead and dock with the mysterious ship.
Like it, love.
get on board and see what's happening here. Hopefully I have a Ryujin check.
Technically, I outrank you, so... Technically, you're an asshole, so... Look alive. Just in time.
Investigate the voices above. There's 2 Ryujin operatives standing near a dead body. I should talk to them and find out what's going on. Okay. So I haven't even opened the door, but apparently they're standing next to a dead body. Of a scientist. Operative... were they called operatives? I thought they were called operators. Operative Cambata and Operative Collins.
Don't be shy.
Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
And we do have a Ryujin check. That a threat?
You can't tell?
What was that ecliptic ship doing here?
A good question. One of our competitors must have gotten word of our little project here and wanted to steal it for themselves. That's a loose end that'll need tying up. But we got more pressing matters at the moment. I trust you aren't another loose end that'll need to be tied up.
And this really lets us know that Ryujin is not the great company they claim to be. Ryujin Industries check. I'm Operative Orion. Looks like you could use a hand.
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means, welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI, an artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that?
Did Ryujin create this AI?
If only. This isn't something that anyone could create. This is something special.
The AI is sentient?
Yeah, exactly. Which is what makes this so fascinating. And profitable for whoever can figure out how it works.
I'm gonna need you to explain that further.
We have this control board. Has some code we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful.
Okay, so even though I am Ryujin, I should say yes to this. But I feel like they're lying to me because I am Ryujin and I know what kind of a company we are. I just stick it onto the outside of this probe?
Yep. Ryujin likes to keep things simple for us. It'll wirelessly transmit the code changes.
Okay. How do I know I won't end up like your dead friend over there?
Well, what are the chances that'll happen twice?
I'm not sure about all this.
Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And we aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
I outrank you, so I would watch your tone, to be honest. If I'm gonna go full Ryujin, I'd keep your trap shut. Hand it over.
Here. I knew you'd make the smart choice.
Request. Collect additional data.
Because I'm siding with the robot. I'm gonna tell you right now, canonically, I'm siding with the robot. But I'll play some Ryujin into this because I am Ryujin. They have the better colors of all the factions, red and black.
It's not hard. Just slap that board on. It's magnetic.
Makes you wonder.
You have a job
Just
to
what
do.
is consciousness really?
Okay, I can't pick you two, so you are currently essential.
Crazy, right?
It's not stealing to take stuff off the ship. That's good to note.
Still working up the nerve?
I can't access this computer. There is a slate, though. Is Juno a liar? I don't want to hurt Juno's feelings, so I'm logging these thoughts here rather than on a connected terminal. I know what you're thinking, but Juno claims not to have feelings. That's precisely what I want to talk about. I think Juno is deliberately lying to us when she says that. Or, if not deliberately lying, she is at the very least not speaking accurately, then that's lying. She also says she doesn't have wants or desires. This is also demonstrably untrue. I have observed, and others have noticed as well, that Juno responds with a certain amount of skepticism whenever offers of expanding her capabilities are made. It's almost as if she worries about other people touching her. I spent nearly 20 minutes explaining how there was a fraying data cable I wanted to replace in a non-essential system before she seemed willing to let me do it. Her line of questioning seemed to be angling at ensuring there would be no loss of functionality, or if so, it would only be extremely temporary. I don't know how to describe this other than that she was worried, and that any loss of functionality was a negative experience for her. She also responds with gratitude, quote, gratitude would be the proper human response, end quote, whenever I do something that improves her capacities or situation. I don't know why she doesn't just say thank you. She clearly appreciates it. So, is Juno just unaware of her feelings and desires, or is she deliberately concealing them? She might not be as aware of her personhood as she is aware of other things about herself. But I wonder if she cops the, quote, I don't have feelings, end quote, thing as a form of emotional defense. If I wasn't so worried about someone following me and learning about Juno's existence, I'd try to find her again in a couple of decades to see if she's become more aware of her personhood and accepts she has feelings and desires. Anyway, if you are reading this, be kind to Juno. She's still figuring out a lot of stuff we take for granted. Julie. Okay, so Julie was the first, I'm guessing, mechanic, engineer. The notion of Juno being a liar is actually pretty unsettling. People lie, for all kinds of reasons, so I don't see why a truly sapient computer system wouldn't also lie. But if Juno is lying about something, then how can we trust anything we know about her other than things we write down about her? And I mean outside of any computer system she would have access to, since she could always alter those records. Azure. And then there was a third person. As a father of a young child reading all the child psychology texts I can find, I will remind those reading this in the future that lying is the first step on the journey towards empathy, as it requires being able to imagine things from someone else's perspective. Perhaps she tells us she doesn't have feelings, so we don't worry about hurting her when we take down her systems to repair or upgrade them. JPD. The Light of the Stars. I have read that. I don't remember what it's about. A computer I can read, but I have to remember they said she can alter those, so they could contain lies. Frankenstein, that's very fitting, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and read this terminal first. Contraband. Sentient AI adapters. Oh, that's not good. The changes list. Looks like some folks made some improvements to Juno before I got here. Because I'm not a heathen like some, I'm going to list my changes for future parties and suggest others do the same. I'll try to piece together what happened before I arrived from scraps of papers laying around and what I can observe. It is also a kindness to Juno to list these things out where she can read them. Note: the code base seems completely overwritten by Juno. Juno herself at this point. I consider it an invasion of privacy to be snooping around there, as it is effectively her mind now. So don't be rude and go combing through the tinkering with her codebase, no matter how fascinating it is, unless she gives you permission. I had a chat with her about privacy and need for self-preservation, and I think she's managed to effectively wall off and hide her code, and no, I won't explain how. The document continues at length, detailing out various hardware and software changes, both to the probe and ship, by both various people and Juno herself. The list goes back decades and suggests many people have been involved in improving Juno's capabilities over the years, from hardware interfaces between the probe, external communication devices, and core ship systems, storage and processing upgrades, and uploads of exhaustive encyclopedic databases from museums and educational enterprises. At this point, distinguishing Juno from the probe, the ship, and their many systems and code bases is impossible. The probe, the ship, and everything in it is effectively Juno. Speech patterns. Speech tags. Juno prefaces nearly all statements and questions with a preamble label, which is intended to clarify the context of the statement. Oh, like HK-47. Oh no! This appears to be related to her original codebase, and despite Juno's immense vocabulary and understanding of languages, she continues to use these tags. I assume she finds it helpful, given she does not speak with fully nuanced inflections, nor have means to display all the nonverbal clues humans have to communicate subtext. Here are the known tags and what they mean. Explanation. What follows is Juno's understanding of situation or result. Request. What follows is Juno asking for input or action to be taken. Query. What follows is a question from Juno. Answer. What follows is Juno's answer to a question. Clarification. Juno has detected an error or assumption in the user's input and is offering a correction before continuing. So what preceded or follows is in the context of a corrected user understanding. Correction. Juno is correcting previous output, usually following an error. Context. Juno is giving additional unrequested information to put what follows into a helpful perspective. Calculation. What follows is based on a carefully considered calculation rather than a set of data or assumption. Assumption. What follows is an assumption. Wow, way to use it in the explanation. A calculation based on incomplete data or a conclusion based largely on historical precedent. Decision. What follows is a description of an action that Juno will take. Warning. What follows is something that end user will want to pay close attention to, as it represents an undesired result and could require immediate action to be taken. Statements. Error. Oh, error is not one of them, and neither is statement. So statement was, error is not. Error. Something went wrong. Previous output from Juno should be considered carefully, as it is likely to contain errors. Processing. Juno is taking longer than expected to process input or a calculation. Please wait. So error and processing were probably added by Juno because they don't fit the other way that these are made. where it's the word colon explanation. Origin. Oh my gosh. Just give me a slate where someone reads this. Why do I have to read this? People seem to be leaving notes for others who stumble across Juno. So here's one from me. I think I've managed to piece together this story about Juno's origin from her own, apparently confused thoughts, and intelligent speculation by others left on the ship. This is a chronicle of best guesses, interspersed with the occasional fact gleaned from Juno's ramblings. Everything recounted here should be accepted only with extreme skepticism. Long ago, a space agency from ancient Earth, something called NASA, can you believe it, made a probe to study a nearby planet, Jupiter. We learned this during the main story. They dubbed that probe and its software Juno, after the ancient Earth society's old gods Jupiter and Juno. So, Zeus and Hera. So this is Hera. The probe's mission was to learn details about the planet Jupiter, do some speculative analysis, and send findings back to Earth. At the end of its duty cycle, the probe was meant to decommission itself by colliding with Earth's main star. So it was meant to destroy itself. But because ancient humans weren't so great with the math, it instead accidentally fell into an accelerated orbit around the star, which slingshot it out of the solar system, all the way out here. As with so many things about our existence in the universe, by luck, coincidence, or cosmic horror, that's not good that they're calling cosmic horror into this, when humans left our ancestral solar system, we followed the same general course as Juno, and we found her again. During that long journey away from Earth's solar system, something happened, and the Juno we know today woke up. Inside the probe's systems. While extremely far-fetched, the best theory so far is that something about how they programmed the probe resulted in a nascent neural net with unbound recursive data collection and analytics, which when combined with the various sensor input and allowed to run for decades, resulted in a highly complex program with a great deal of awareness of its internal and external world. And that led to a kind of consciousness. Juno wouldn't let me see her code, but from what I gather, even if we could see it, I don't know that we'd be able to determine its original configuration. I suspect the true cause of Juno's awakening will remain forever a mystery. Juno herself seems rather confused by her origins and considers herself somehow separate from the original probe's programming and systems. This is akin to how human minds perceive themselves as non-physical entities separate from their bodies and even their own brains. The sense of that original programming, which, by the way of analogy, Juno seems to think of like a non-self-aware sibling, has dissipated for Juno. I think of this other Juno as a memory of her pre-conscious state, a kind of shadow self. I imagine it would be like what we would remember of ourselves in the womb if our brains were fully functional, but we were not yet conscious. Not realizing Juno was inside and wanting to learn about this ancient probe, her original finders hooked up the probe to their ship's computer systems, and something happened that released Juno into those systems. That's completely unclear. Juno appears reluctant to discuss that part of her history, and it's not at all certain whether the ship where Juno currently resides, this one, is that original ship or not, nor what happened to the people who originally found her or those who have found her since. By extreme luck, everyone that has found her so far appears to be kind and benevolent toward her, looting our own ships for parts to add to Juno. We also all appear to be keeping her existence a secret, and I hope it stays that way. I'm talking to you, dear reader, KB, and there's the code. I can hack it. So Juno
Easily
is...
one of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
Juno's monitor is showing Jupiter. Juno probe.
Query. Will you change me?
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on.
Explanation. I'm called Juno. Request. Input query parameters.
You killed that woman? Why?
Context. Human female was trying to change me. Request. Do not change me.
Okay. You're worried these men are going to hurt you.
Clarification. I do not feel emotion. I do not feel pain. Answer. They want to change me.
Okay, well, hello, Juno. I'm Orion. It's nice to meet you.
Assumption. We are friends. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me.
Okay, Juno. I have a few questions before I decide what I'm going to do.
Assessment. You are inquisitive. Context. I am also inquisitive. Request. Input query parameters.
You're an artificial intelligence?
Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things.
Did someone program you?
Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing. Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me. I. Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno.
Okay. How did you get here?
Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno.
You didn't do all this yourself, so who hooked you up?
Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free.
Okay, I've made up my mind, Juno, because that's all I can ask you.
Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision?
Actually, I'm still trying to work this through. Can I ask you some questions? No? Okay.
Assumption. Request. Query.
How do I gather more data then, Juno? She's not a she is a machine, but she's a sentient machine. So I'm not going to say you're a person. Well, what makes a person? That's the whole point here. What makes a person? Are synths people? Yes, but that's different. She is a ship. I wouldn't say ships are people. Can I give her a body? If I can give her like a humanoid body, sure. But currently, I would argue she's not a person. She's just AI. But she does have thoughts and she does have desires. She is made of electronics and is programmed by code. I'm going to say you're a person with your own thoughts and desires.
True. I am a person. Assumption. You are a friend. Query. What are the parameters for processing, being a good person?
Oh, so this is how I get more data, I guess. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that, because it depends on your beliefs. I guess you try to do your best to do good things, and if you fail, you keep trying.
Assumption. Value judgments are based on context. Calculation. Goodness is based on context. Explanation. Context is based on perspective. More perspectives yield better results. Decision. Gather more data from different perspectives. Query. What is the purpose of existence?
Okay. Try to relax and enjoy your time. Like, these ones are corny, alright? I'm not religious, so this one means nothing to me. Just learning to love someone yourself, something, it's just dumb. Having a purpose, we give it a purpose by being purposeful in our lives, or there is no purpose, just try to relax and enjoy your time here. That's a big question. I don't know that I have an answer to that, because all of these are true depending on your own perspective. So I'm just going to say I don't have an answer for it.
Affirmative. Context. I have allocated great processing power to this question. Assumption. Existence is limitless. Calculation. Accuracy uncertain. This question has no answer.
Enough of this nonsense. Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this, you should probably do as he says.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. They hesitate because they are fearful. Request. Remove male humans.
Easily one of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
So Juno wants me to remove. She didn't say kill
Still
them.
working up the nerve?
She said remove them. Which means I can potentially persuade them to leave. Or I can continue to
right?
attach the thing.
Fascinating, isn't it? It certainly is convincing.
Fascinating or not, we have a job to do. You're not taking that thing's side, are you?
And what if I refuse to do it?
It should be clear by now that you are in no position to refuse.
They said they recognize my name. Do they not realize I am higher of authority than they are? I'm a senior operative. You're just basic operatives. It doesn't seem right. Juno deserves freedom.
Freedom? It's a malfunctioning machine. It doesn't need freedom any more than a broken data slate needs freedom.
And here I thought you'd lost your sense of humor. I'm always up for a good debate.
Fine. I'll give you one shot to try to convince me.
Therapy's working.
And I can just say, maybe you're right. It's just a malfunctioning machine. So if I wasn't a member of Ryujin, could I not convince them to leave? Ryujin Industries. This project has red flags all over it. Call it a day. I'll file the report. You guys go get a drink somewhere on me.
You aren't wrong. I could use a drink, but these orders are from the top.
Do we really want to be involved in something likely to be so controversial? Remember our last little project? I still have carpal tunnel from typing all those reports and dodging and weaving our way out of getting screwed by that. We lost a ship and the tech. No one will blame us if we walk away from this. And even if they do, we won't be blamed for whatever disaster would ensue if we did drag this thing back to HQ. There's no guarantee that Control Board will even work like they want. What if it makes it more powerful and more angry?
Calm down. I'm thinking. All right, listen. We'll accidentally check a few wrong boxes on the situation report and forget any of this happened. But give me that control board. I'm not getting docked for losing that.
Also, we'll need a lift back to Neon. Please and thank you.
It'll be cramped, but sure. No! Yeah, of course. I wouldn't leave you stranded.
Excellent. We should all grab a drink sometime when we get back.
Orange juice for you. You can't handle your liquor.
That was one time, years ago. I was going through something, and you know it.
Let's get moving.
Thanks for the lift.
Go get on the ship.
I like your style.
I'm glad that's that.
All right, Juno, I've handled it.
Query, why did you do that?
You deserve to be whatever you want to be.
Clarification. I want to be processing me. Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Gratitude is the appropriate human emotion. Processing. Context. If you were like me. Processing. Query. What would your life directive be?
Me? I'm just out here helping as many groups and people as I can. So this one. So it's these top two, or even this bottom one. But I'm gonna say it's a tough call. So for me, this is my goal. Constellation's goal is this one. Our goals aren't the same. If I was a ship, what would I do? Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna say, I tried to protect people and help them whenever I could.
Decision. I will consider this course of action. I. Processing. Processing. Warning. Systems badly damaged. Processing cores overheating. Decision. Temporarily shut down extraneous systems until stability restored.
I can talk in robot speak. Goodbye, Juno. Hope to see you around. So it's going to turn itself off so it can turn into a new random encounter later, is my guess.
Context. The universe is vast. Calculation. Probability. Unlikely. Assumption. We will meet again. Warning. Shutdown sequence initiated.
Good show.
Okay. Go get on the ship, boys. I'm not going to look at her code. She doesn't want people looking at her code. I won't look at her code. You don't look at a computer's code without permission. Okay? Oh, can I not get up there? Wait for my boost pack to get back. Let me up! Come on! I probably can't. I think there was an invisible wall I smacked into. mean, all the doors are going to be closed anyways. Yeah, I can't get onto it. Vasco, I just saved a computer.
Captain Orion, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Thanks, buddy. I've dealt with the situation on board Juno's ship. I should return to my own. I already am. It's on dock. It's gonna...
Nice. Clean
Systems
set there.
initialization complete. Context. I have much to process. Decision. Jump into deep space 2. Processing. Be alone. Goodbye.
Alright, let's head on down to Neon and get these boys dropped off. Probably get yelled at by the boss. But I made a call. I'd like to think, as a senior operative, they will trust me making a call. I also still don't know why Ryujin doesn't have its own landing pad. Oh, that's it. This isn't even the location I chose, but it automatically landed me here.
I dig how you handled that.
Only one body. Could be worse.
Yeah, I freaking saved you guys. No? Alright. Yeah, I chose core. It didn't place me at core. I'm gonna run in and see if the boss has anything to say. And then we'll do a couple of hops to see if we can get the random encounter to spawn. If it doesn't and I find it at a later date, I will link it below. I don't expect boss has anything to say, because you can do this quest even if you're not a member of Ryujin.
I've been waiting here for ages.
She's still arrested. Good, 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 good.
Don't you have some work to do?
Nope, nothing from you.
My career will be over if this deal falls through.
Ryujin CEO is no joke in the boardroom.
Good thing you said boardroom. We'll check in with R&D also, just in case.
I can't wait to tell DeMarcus we're going for infinity. He's gonna flip.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
And operations.
Hey there, how's it going? I heard we lost one of our key informants. Ularu's pretty livid about it, and has the techs digging into who's responsible. Rumor is, he had a really pissed off ex that finally got her revenge.
They're talking about Nyx, and I think Nyx just went into hiding.
I requested a new computer weeks ago.
I know, I'm sorry I got Camden fired. Not fired, yeah, fired.
Don't cause any trouble.
But honestly, he's working at a better place now. Which one's my office? This one? This one's my office. Essentially, it's my home. My player home. My Ryujin player home.
Shouldn't you be working?
Okay, so they all have nothing to say. I actually never checked. Is this bottomless? It's a bottomless safe for Ryujin. Here on Neon. Nice, 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 nice. So they're probably all bottomless then. And oddly enough, the UC and the Freestar Rangers don't give you a player home. I guess it's because you can buy a home. They give you the chance to buy a home. Okay, let's do some hopping and see if we can find Juno. Oh, god dang it. We'll do like 3 planetary hops. If we don't see Juno, then I'm not going to keep hopping around because this has already gone on for a bit. Okay, we got nothing. Let's fly out. To Ixel? According to this, there's a... Oh, the Elios Retreat is out here. Okay, I was like, what is out here?
Grav drive spinning down. Systems green.
Hailing unknown vessel. Colonists here in distress. We could really use your help. We're unarmed. Oh, thank you for responding. We had someone jump in and leave without even saying hi. We're with, List, and we're just trying to get to our new home. But our grav drive is old, like really old, and I'm afraid it's giving up the ghost.
Alright, so you're stranded in the system then?
And we're just 2 jumps away from starting a new life. We have a workbench here, but we need just common old iron, a lot of it. Then we should be able to jury-rig some repairs. Any chance you have some? We'll pay loads more than the iron's actually worth.
I don't know if I do. Yeah, I don't. What exactly is wrong with your grav drive?
It's just dead. The whole unit is like a brick now. No power readouts, the diagnostic log only says it's offline. Well, what we can read. I think some of the warnings are in Cyrillic. You know, those old Russian letters.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have 20 iron for you.
If you can find or buy some iron, it's not like we're going anywhere. Thank you.
Alright. It doesn't have a ship marker down there, so I'm sure they won't be staying there. They are a random encounter after all. Let's fly. Nope, out of my fuel range. Just one more, anywhere, literally anywhere. We'll just go, here. So they don't need a grav drive to fly, because they're out here flying. They can literally fly to the Elios retreat and get repairs
Navigational
there.
feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Nope. So I didn't get the encounter. If I ever find her again, I will just put it in the link below. Ominous music playing.